Then let him go. Let him go then. He got a whole family. Let him go then. Yeah. That's crazy.
Wait, do one of y'all get video?
Yeah. Be careful, y'all.
Can you send it to me? I'm gonna send it to the...
That shit is so fucking crazy. Yeah, and get the fucking plates too. You know I'm gonna get the plate.
Have a good day.
You too. Fuck you. Get them fucking out of here. Yeah. Look at it. Y'all. Be careful. These are the plates. Damn food. Oh my God, yo. Oh my fucking God, bro. That's so fucking...
Yeah, Shalom. And start off by giving all praises, honors, and glories unto Yahweh Bashim, Yahweh Shai Bashim, Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone that told me this truth that rule well. Shalom to the elect scattered through the four corners of the earth. My name is Kodash Payah, and as you can see, this was a video taken by, regular people out and about recording ICE, detaining, I think a Latin American boy, tribe, throwing him in the car, walking off. Right here in Philadelphia, in the streets where this was like maybe, a block or two away from where me and the brothers, whole camp at, man, And, people out there done heard the truth, done heard the warning signs, and this is in almost all cities, going on, where they just, they ain't got to give you no reason, things. And hey, this is gonna cause more like a civil unrest type of reaction, cause it ain't just if you ain't got your papers or your documents anymore. It's those that's American, so called, right, born here. You got your, what I mean. Your IDs, Social Security, birth certificate, that doesn't matter. Is coming down to the wire to the point where, you could put certain things on, say certain things on social media, and you can. They locked a chick up where she was driving, and they was on the wrong, but. They ended up stopping and trying to play it off and then locking her up. And I know, Lord knows where they taking them. For real. But this is coming down to with Jacob's troubles, man. You people that you going, that's the Lord's sword. When the scriptures speak about, I believe in Isaiah 59:19, when they shall come in like a flood. These Edomites, man, majority of them are Edomites. That's ICE. Run by these elites, government. But anyway, they gonna come down with great wrath, knowing that they have but a short time. Things are, intensifying. But this is the book of Revelation, chapter 2, verse 10. It says, fear none of those things which thou shalt suffer. Alright? So, don't fear none of those things which is coming, because we know it's coming. And we gotta have faith. Right? It says, behold, the devil, the deceiver, that's what devil means, right? Shall cast some of you into prison that ye may be tried. And this is like a forewarning of to where people's gonna get locked up for almost anything, bro. Now, I think there was a bill where it was passed where they are, through suspicious activities and checking your social media about the things you say, they could label you as whatever category, if you know what I mean, and come and lock you up before you even intend to do something. Even if that's not your intentions to do criminal stuff. But it concerns them, you know what I mean? And these elites, it's just full control, But it says the devil shall come, Salakia, forgive me. It says the devil shall cast some of you into prison, that ye may be tried. Right? You're going to be tried. Trials and tribulations. Your faith is going to be tried. And ye shall have tribulation 10 days, which is just a short amount of time, right? It says, be thou faithful unto death, and I will give thee eternal life. So there you go. So you got certain detention centers, detention camps, FEMA camps, concentration camp, and with all the bills that Trump has been passing, like now, even now with the situations that's going on with Trump taking the Venezuela's kidnapping Maduro that we brought up at camp, and then taking their oil tanks and all that. And now you got China, Russia, you got Iran speaking up about it. We'll see how they're gonna retaliate if they do. But this is all gearing up for World War III at the same time. So now if there was to be a quote unquote planned, attack on the soils of this place, Babylon the Great, via America, they could blame it on anybody. You see what I mean? So we're not ignorant of Satan's devices. Okay? And we're going to be put in prisons for, speaking the truth, and they're going to deem us as whatever they want to deem us, man. Whatever they want to call us, categorize us. We're speaking the truth. We're speaking life. Salvation before our hell breaks loose, because it's coming. As a matter of fact, let's get the book of Jeremiah, chapter 30, verse. Let's just get the chapter. Right? Jeremiah chapter 30. And verse number 6, it says, you know what? No, let's start at. Matter of fact, yeah, we can start at 6. It says, as ye now, Salakia, ask ye now, and see whether a man doth travail with child. Like a man can't, he can't be in travail, right? But it tells you, it says, wherefore do I see every man with his hands on his loins? So a man with his hands on his groin, right? Like going through pain, right? Describing like the pain, the type of agony men is going to go through, even when military or martial law, things like that, hits the scenes, right? It says, wherefore do I see every man with his hands on his loins as a woman in travail, right? And all faces are turned into paleness, so you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indians, which are the biblical Israelites that don't want to get right, hey, that's going to be your judgment. You're going to have martial law. You're going to, they're going to come down having great wrath, towards our people, man. That's what Jacob's troubles, But it says, alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble. And Jacob is our forefathers, who blessed the 12 sons which became nations. The 12 tribes. Right? It says, but he shall be saved out of it. For it shall come to pass in that day, saith the Lord of hosts, the Lord of armies, that I will break his yoke from off the neck, and will burst thy bonds, and strangers shall no more serve themselves of him. Right? But they shall serve the Lord their God, and David their king, whom I will raise up into them. Right? So now, hey, listen. But like it says, it's not going to be no day like it. Even going back to 70 AD, going back to 70 AD, which the book of St. Matthew goes into, the 24th chapter, which goes back into how, during the time of, Nero, I believe it was Titus as well, if I'm not mistaken, with the persecution of the Jews, of the Israelites. And it was horrific, But now, it's going to be the greatest judgment that's going to come on our people. But also at the same time, the greatest salvation. So far beyond all that they look for, as it tells you in the book of Wisdom of Solomon, the 5th chapter. So we looking ahead. We looking at salvation. You know? So it has to get worse in order for things to get better. Why you think all these little current events been going on with shutdowns and tariffs and rumors of wars and, you know, riots here and there and, you know, with the ICE and, you know, bank collapse? Like, you have to see the bigger picture, you know, of what's, you know, current events and filter it through prophecy, through the scriptures. You know, because, you know, we know that trial runs always occurs before the actual climax, for the actual, you know what I mean? To see the reaction of the people. Then come in with that solution, with the, oh, you know, we can help, we could, no. That's why the scriptures say, never trust thine enemy, man. You know? But anyway, so I just wanted to bring this out real quick, you know, and it's, hey, never know. They might even run down on camps, the way they moving, you know. So with that, I'm going to say, shalom. Watch and pray, shalom.